Hello, Nikki from Motor4U. Today we have a Volkswagen Golf. This is finished in Urano Grey. This car has had one owner from new. On this car we have park distance to the front. You can see the sensors just along the front bumper there. On this car we also have 16-inch alloy wheels, which we can see just down there. If we then start to make our way around the car, as we come to the back, you can see just along this rear bumper we have rear park distance. And if we open up the boot, in the boot there are charging cables, as this car is a fully electric car. Once inside the car, you can see that we have electric windows all round with your window lock button just below. On this car we have electric folding heated mirrors, and just next to that is the locking system. The headlights for the car are located to the right hand side of the steering wheel. We do on this car have the option of automatic headlights, which we can see just there. We then have a multifunctional steering wheel. On the left hand side is your cruise control as well as your volume, and then on the right hand side we have your OK button, which correlates to the screen up there. So do these two buttons. We also have your voice control and then changing of stations or tracks. If we then look to the centre console, we have an armrest just here which we can lift up, and there is a storage compartment just in there. We then have a space for 2 cup holders, which you can also cover over depending on your preference. Just behind here we have another storage compartment where we have a USB port just in there. On this car we have dual climate control, with which you can see either side there, and we do have the option of AC by this button just here. If we then look to the screen, you can see that this car comes with sat-nav, where we have the settings in the bottom corner. So we have your route options, speed limits, navigation announcements, and then also your map settings. We then have radio, so here we have the different bands of DAB, FM and AM. And then we also have your settings just in the bottom corner as well. So here we have your sound settings through here, as well as the rest of the settings for the radio. We then have the media part of the screen, so we have the different sources of CD, navigation, SD card, USB, Bluetooth audio, and then WLAN. And then we do have your settings for that in the bottom corner as well. We do have the option of being able to connect your phone via Bluetooth to the car. This way you will then be able to make and receive calls through the car. We do also have the option of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as MirrorLink. When you connect to the USB just in there, you will then be able to access these parts of the screen. We then have the menu, so this is your main menu, which you press this button for, and we have the 2 pages there. So we have your air conditioning, which you can change through here as well. It doesn't just have to be through there. And then we also can access the things such as your car. So here we have your vehicle status. We also have the Think Blue trainer, as well as the driving data. So we have since start, long term, and since charging. And then we also have the e-displays just there as well. And then if we go to the settings of here, we then get your vehicle settings. So we have your tyre settings, such as your winter tyres. Personalisation, so you're able to create different accounts within the car, which is useful if you have more than one person driving the car. We also have your light settings, so we have your light assistant, interior lighting, and then coming, leaving home function. We then also have driver assistance, so here we have your adaptive cruise control, front assist, eco driving tips, driver alert system, and then your proactive occupant protection. We then have parking and manoeuvring, so this is your park pilot, so it will be whether it's activated automatically, and then you can also adjust your volume and then the tone. We then have electric power and charging, and also mirrors and wipers. And then we also have opening and closing. On this car we do get a visual representation of the front and rear park distance, which we can see on the screen just there. If we then have a look at the seats, here we have the driver's side seat. We can then come round to the back, where we have 3 seats in the back. There is Isofix just along the bottom there. We can also bring down the middle of the centre seat, where we have 2 cup holders for the rear passengers. If you have any questions or queries on this car, please contact us at Motor4U. Alternatively, you can give us a call on 01580 879 666.